0 Ini dong mau nomor yang paling tadi dia kami doang. Itu mana tak? Gale ni poha.
Good afternoon from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, wherever you might be getting voices and signals. You're most welcome and welcome to the theater. It is the Dr. Ismaila Ceesay sponsored U15 youth tournament final, and the final between New Generation Football Club and BK31 Football Club or Football Academy. And this great and lively game is coming to you live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium and live on LSTV at the cabin. Parliament Party, Kemo Kanyi, Lamin Jara, and behind camera operations is Osman and the team. Already a few minutes into the contest, this game is expected to be a crunch final between New Generation and BK33 Football Academy. as both ends are hoping to win and win this, of course, in the inaugural final of a tournament that is, of course, sponsored by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, and it is the under 15 or the U15 category, and lively and entertaining. New generation dressed in blue shorts and blue socks, whilst their opponents, BK31 Football Academy, dressed in pink shorts and of course black socks, playing from our right to left, from our commentary cabin, and new generation kicking from our left to right. Lamin Jara, we have seen a glimpse of this final being a great and grand final between a new generation and BK West 31 or BK31 Football Academy of the Box Family Stadium.
From the onset, you look at this, and this is why it's academic football, and it's grassroots. You look at the two sets of teams and how they line up. These are young teams, and of course, looking forward to becoming very, very great professionals. But again, the source of every motion is greater than the motion itself. They are able to do this because somebody who is aware of grassroots and what it's all about is able to create the platform by coming up with this and sponsor this tournament. And that is the Honorable Minister, of course, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. So it's fantastic, and we can only look forward to a very great game between two great teams.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. Shortly to Kemo Kanye, the winner of this final is going home with $15,000, a set of jersey, a giant trophy, gold medals, and of course the runner-up will pocket home a consolation prize of $10,000, a set of jersey, of course medals, and the best player is going home with $10,000, and the leading goal scorer is equally pocketing home $1,000. Jara.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, we know you and I have gone to many occasions and we said in grassroots winning is not important. What's important is and that is what we are witnessing in this tournament altogether. But again, when people do well, you need to recognize their efforts. You need to tap them on the back for a job well done. And no wonder when you look at your shoulder, you see a giant, trophy that is signing with all the colors of red, white, blue, white, green. You can even see yourself on it, and two sets of jerseys that will be going to the winners and the runners-up. And a cash prize of $25,000 will be shared in the ratio of 15,000 for the winners and 10,000 for the runners-up. And of course, in football, if you don't score goals, you don't win much. So therefore, the golden boot winner also will be pocketing $1,000. And of course, yeah. So let's enjoy the ride so far.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. We will come back to Kemo Kanye shortly. New generation currently playing from our left to right. New generation under the guidance of Samsidin and Usman Sane, starting this game with Ismaila Drame in goal, Abdullah Jallo, Modlamin BI, Usman Sow, Seni Sane, Sane, Ismaila Sanyang, Mod Saliu Bari, Yankuba Bari, Ibu Sanyang and Peter Mendy completes the 11. BK31 Football Academy under Kaba Jiba and Mohamed Jame, starting the game with Ansumana Sanyang in goal. Suleiman Ceesay, Modlamin P. Bojang, Lamin Bojang, Mohamed Sane, Mohamed Dabo, Ibrahim Ceesay, Ismaila Toure, Babukar Bojang, Anas Njai and Alfusenu Kamara, and the score is already 0-0 from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Just as I said, for Lamin Party, Lamin Jara, Kemo Kanye. And Kemo, we have seen a great beginning coming from these two, and probably one of the biggest stages in this final, wherein these two sets of teams will definitely hope to clinch the trophy here. Probably during the course of the tournament, they have not been seeing such a crowd. Probably this might be the biggest crowd so far as far as the tournament is concerned.
This is going to be one of the platforms that they can start moving and then making their way to the international level. So, let's see what happens here between these two academies here. Already we have seen a lot of talent between these two teams here. These are very, very young people, as Jara have alluded to. And then this playing at this top level here is one of the things they will want to achieve in the future. And then this is one of the starting points for them, because at the grassroots, when talents are nurtured, of course, they stand to achieve achieve every other thing in future. And then this is one of the platforms that they can start building their confidence and then in trying to making sure that they go all the way and then achieving what they want to achieve in their football career as one of the sportsmen or one of footballers. So I mean, this is a good platform for them as because you cannot give money to everybody, but when you open such a platform to these youths here, one of them can make their way through and then trying to making sure they go all the way to achieving a success in their football career.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Earlier on, Lamin Jara. Noisy background with a lot of entertainment coming from the background. Just as I said, the tournament is proudly and officially sponsored by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, and it is the Dr. Ismaila Ceesay sponsored U15 youth tournament, the inaugural tournament, and it has already reached the climax, which is of course the final between New Generation Football Academy and BK31. That was a fantastic strike and nearly got the goalkeeper on our way. Lamin Jara, that should have goal for New Generation Football Academy, but fortunately for BK31 Football Academy, the effort sailed inches over the crossbar.
That's the first real chance of this final, and this is just the beginning of many that we are about to see, because looking at the two teams and the way they are they've shaped up for this final, is going to give us a very good game. You look at New Generation decked out all in royal blue, like you have described them, attacking from the democracy end of the ground. You know, in the first 15 minutes, they've been the better team. They've been the more industrious team, the more adventurous, the bolder between the two. They're trying to pick some passes in midfield and trying to win all the second balls. And that was the first real chance of this game. But again, if there are teams that know each other, you know, long time, based on geographical settlements, it's these two teams. And two managers that know each other, you know, with two administrations that know each other for far too long in this. And now it's a case of, at a moment they were so close to getting the opener, and now they have to defend a corner because the team decked out all in royal purple as well. That is BK, of course, 31 FA, have another corner or have the first corner of their own, and it's going to be swung over left-footed inside a crowded penalty area at the democracy end part. Let's see how this one goes about.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. It's a corner for BK31 Football Academy. These are two sets of academies already based in Brikama, and the side dress in purple colors, having key of their players around the area. Of course, the democracy end of the Boxbar Mini Stadium into the gloves of goalkeeper Ismaila Drame. Drame Ismaila is the shot stopper for New Generation Football Academy, whilst Ansumana Sanyang is of course between the sticks for BK31 Football Academy. The score is already 0-0. Central referee Famara Baji Ibrahim Ajao is one of the assistants alongside Sajo Suso and Alaji M. Saho serving as the fourth assistant referee. The tournament proudly and officially sponsored by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. And of course, hearing a lot of noise from the background. This is of course an entertainment in the great and grand final. Winners are pocketing home $15,000, a set of jersey, a giant trophy, and of course a gold medal. And the best player of the tournament is going home with $1,000. A leading goal scorer is also pocketing home $1,000, a consolation prize of $10,000, and of course silver medals, all proudly and officially bankrolled by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. It is 0-0 from the Boxbar Mini Stadium and live on LSTV Parliament 40. Kemo Kanyi Lamin Jara, and the score is already 0-0. Kemo, we believe a goal will totally change the dynamics as both sides are walking off their socks to possibly see if they can get the breakthrough. But we believe a goal here will totally change the dynamics.
Yes, very well, Pa. I mean, if any team is able to get a goal here, will change the whole dynamics of the game. Goals are very, very crucial, especially in the final. The first team to score always gives a lot of problem to their opponent here. But we have seen Greater Tomorrow coming very close this time, but the netminder for their opponents comes off his line on time and then trying to make it so he prevents Greater Tomorrow from getting a goal here. But they continue to find a breakthrough here, but nothing yet is possible for either of the sides here. It's a great game so far, and I believe a goal will be a very, very important in trying to in shifting the dynamics and also the approach of the game here for both sides.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Entertaining and lively. New Generation Football Academy enjoying possession deep in their half. The team during the tournament played 3 games, won twice, lost once and drew none. Whilst BK31 Football Academy won once, lost once and drew once. In the semi-final of the competition, BK31 got the better of Sang Memes, defeating the side by 4 goals to 5 goals to 4, reaching the final or setting up a final against New Generation Football Academy, who in the semi-final got the better of Kunta Kinte, defeating the side 2 goals to 0. And here they are at the Boxbar Mini Stadium, and one of the two is going to be the undoubted champions of the inaugural tournament, proudly and officially sponsored by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. And Dr. Ismaila Ceesay is already with us at the Boxbar Mini Stadium, being accompanied by a high-powered delegation. Jara, I think this is remarkable. For the very first time, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay coming to the 8th of this tournament, but also coming to the final with a high-powered delegation is definitely remarkable as far as the tournament is concerned.
Yeah, only if you know who Dr. Ismaila Ceesay is and what he is all about, you wouldn't be surprised about this. This has been coming, you feel, for all those years, he has devoted all his time in trying to develop youths, in trying to, invest in sports, in football, in this part of West Coast and in this part of the nation. Remember, history will tell you that greater tomorrow are greater tomorrow because Ismaila, doctor has a hand in it. And of course, we've seen it not long ago. He has been the leading campaign, of course, manager in this road to CAF for the 2-time national champions, Berawuleng, who are now going to start the CAF championship preliminary on the 25th of this month. And not that alone, you have to count time without numbers. That, of course, Dr. Ismaila Ceesay has always been involved and he has always been investing. He's devoted all his time to see to it that the youths and, of course, grassroots development is, because that is what we need, Pa. You and I, we talk about what happens at the highest level, because it's the grassroots that succeeds. It's only when the grassroots succeeds that we're expected to have some good quality up there. And again, you look at talking about quality, looking at the game so far in the early stages of it. You were just running down the 2 teams and their performance. That tells you that this is going to be a very tight affair because there has not been much in between the 2 teams. It has just been the 1 goal difference. If you look at it throughout the tournament, you look at New Generation FA won 1, lost 1, drew 1, scored 6, conceded 5. That's a goal difference of +1. And you look at their opponents, decked out all in purple with black socks. BK31 FA, won 1, lost 1, drew 1, scored 5, conceded 5. So the difference between these 2 teams is just 1 goal. And right now it's 0-0. So it's going to be tight. But again, the high-power delegation with the honorable governor, himself. This is the second time in 2 weeks that I have seen a gathering where doctor is and the governor is and all the high-powered delegations from the GFF and every corner of this country. That alone speaks volume. And this is what we want, Pa. We want our people to come in and take ownership and, of course, promote the grassroots so that there will be light at the end of the tunnel. And kudos to doctor and the governor who has always been around anytime. He is also another relentless, somebody who has devoted all his time to when the nation calls, he's always there. No wonder he was accorded with the accolade, of course, of taking the kickoff of a magnificent final this.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. It's now an attack coming from BK31 Football Academy. Now playing from our right to left, or from the police line end of the Boxbar Mini Stadium towards the democracy end. It's still 0-0 in case you're just monitoring situations. And you are reminded that this game is coming to you live from the Boxbar, live on LSTV at the cabin for Lamin Party. Kemo Kanye and Lamin Jara, the flag of the assistant referee, has already gone up against BK31 Football Academy. And now New Generation Football Academy will have the chance to deliver the throw-in to the team captain and central defender Mod Lamin Bi. Bi to the shot stopper Ismaila Drame. Drame is one of the shortest on the pitch, but very calm and composed on the ball, urging his players to move forward. This might be some of the players that we might be seeing representing Greater Tomorrow in the top flight, Kemo, because of course New Generation is a feeder team to Greater Tomorrow. So we have the conviction that some of these players will one day have the chance of representing Greater Tomorrow in the top division, or probably in professional football.
Yes, very well. I mean, it is also important to feed the teams. So Greater Tomorrow, they wouldn't be disturbed in regards to going away looking for players that would represent them in the fourth division, or trying to making sure that they sell those players and then trying to make money for the football club. But so academies are very important for clubs. So this is one of the advantages that Greater Tomorrow is having here in trying to develop these young players so that they can make their way or graduate from the youth level and then make their way straight to their main team in the fourth division, and then eventually who knows, one of these young players here can be sold outside and then Greater Tomorrow makes money out of them here. So but that was a very, very
15 tournament final. At some point, Jara, somebody might tell you, is this the West Coast region or the West Coast Zonal Championship final? But this time around, it is a final for the U15 category or U15 players, a tournament which is organized or of course sponsored by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. And just as I said earlier, we are currently saying potential top division players very soon. We might be talking about these players maybe in a year or two in the top division, I believe.
Yeah, that is it. And I'll get back to where it all started from. I mean, Doctor himself, and now this is the platform. Look, one thing is certain: when you give people the platform, what you do is you remove the cloud of doubt, you know, in what lies ahead and in the future. You know, this for sure in the next 2, 3, 4 years we're going to see some of these players playing either in the second division or in the first division, or in fact elsewhere as the case may be, because you just look at the talents that are just, you know, playing this ball in there is just magnificent. Just at a minute I was like, you know, if these boys who are under 15 are playing like men, then you begin to wonder what lies ahead. You look at them, they're so composed, they know what they are doing. It's like they've listened to the instructions of the managers and the coaches, and you go to games sometimes even at those levels, hardly you see football as clean as this. And now with what we are seeing right now is the cleanest football at the highest level par. So far there has not been those rough tackles. It's been pass, keep possession, try to make it happen, get to the 18-yard, at the edge of it, trying to look for an opening, trying to look for a teammate to support, and of course try to create something audacious. And just to mind you, if this game is going to be won in regulation 90, it's going to be a goal to dream of.
Thank you very much, Lamin. It has been a fantastic and great beginning coming from both ends. BK31 Football Academy against New Generation Football Academy in the tournament final, which is proudly and officially bankrolled by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, with the winners going home with $15,000 cars, a set of jersey, a giant trophy, and of course gold medals. The runner-up is pocketing home $10,000, a consolation prize for that matter. Silver medals, player of the tournament going home with $1,000. The leading goal scorer is also heading home with $1,000. And of course the tournament is supported or sponsored by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. Central referee Pamara Baji has already given that. In case you're just joining us, New Generation is a feeder team to Greater Tomorrow, playing in the top division. And New Generation having Samsidin Koli as the head coach. Osman Sane is his assistant. Ismaila Drame is currently in goal. Abdullah Jallo Modlamin Biai, the team captain. Usman Sow, Seni Sane, Sana Sane. Of course, the Seni and Sana brothers trying to test the goalkeeper from that angle, but the shot stopper, Ismaila Drame, was alert enough to gather that ball with ease. Ismaila Sanyang is also part of those players starting. Mod Saliu Bari, Yankuba Bari, Ibu Sanyang and Peter Mendy complete the 11. A New Generation kicking from our left to right from our commentary cabin, whilst BK31 Football Academy is kicking from our right to left. The flag of the assistant referee has already gone up. That seems to be a protest coming from BK31 Kemo. I think that was of course a great attack coming from New Generation Football Academy, but already the foul or the advantage has been handed to BK31 Football Academy, who are now hoping to get a breakthrough before lemon time.
Yes, very well, Pa. A tough test for both sides. Both sides are pushing it very hard. But in the final, when you meet a team in the final, it's always very, very challenging to win against that particular team because they also learn a lot from the groups, from the group phase, coming down all the way to the semi-final and then qualifying themselves to the final. So it's always challenging for the opponents in the final to easily penetrate their opponent. So this is what we have seen here so far. But I mean, beautiful football that has been showcased here, has been displayed here, and then so many talents have been showcased already in this particular game here, already in the first. I mean, 21 minutes of play here. But I mean, I believe you are going to see at least a goal here before the final whistle is blown for the halftime break here. But so many beautiful, football that we have seen here. Good touches, clean football, and also players here that are currently filed for this particular game are all hungry for success. So, but for now, I mean, it is challenging. Both sides are trying to make it so they defend very well against their opponent, so they did not concede the first goal here. And as much as they are doing so, they will also want to penetrate their opponent's force. So this makes it very, very challenging. You are trying to defend and also trying to penetrate your opponent's part.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Jara, I will solely draw you back to what you said earlier on. You go to some of the first and second division matches, you don't see such games. Most of the times, tackles will keep flying, tackles from every angle. But looking at this game, I think it's one of the cleanest games that we have currently seen at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. And then one will always say, we tend to love academy football than any other game.
Yeah, and the level of discipline from the team decked out all in purple and who are currently defending the police line end of the ground. They know they know they will not get the ball. And then like you said, in most of the times when you look at the division, no sooner a team is chasing shadows, they become angry. But again here that's not the case. You look at this BK31 FA, you know, they're always disciplined. When they lose the ball, I like their shape. You know, they just defend in 2 banks of 4. And hope that they will just one misplaced pass and they will pounce on it. And that's what we see even at top levels in professional football up there. When a team is not getting a lot of the ball, all they do is nobody loses concentration. Everybody focuses. You know what you have to do. You have to close down the spaces and be very, very patient. And when you get the ball, you just pounce on it. So far, so good. In terms of possession, it's a team decked out all in royal blue. That is new generation FA. But again, for the best part of 10 or 15 minutes, they have not done anything harmful to the team that is attacking at the police line end of the ground. So they know they have to suffer at the right moments, and when they get the ball, they surge forward. So this is just the first booking of the game is out, and the good side of it is it's not a hard tackle. It's about dissent or somebody is complaining about something that is not happy with. So if this is what the future holds, bring it on. And if this is what Doctor has invested on, we love it more and more. And the more it comes, the better it gets.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. Cross comes in. And finally, it's a corner as George by central referee Famara Baji. Famara is assisted by Ibrahim Ajao, Sajo Suso, and Alaji M. Saho serving as the 4th assistant referee. Currently, there is discussion around the edge of the 18. Could this be the moment for New Generation Football Academy to get the breakthrough? Hit the crossbar and danger still not averted. BK31 will solely pick possession, but has already handed possession back to New Generation Football Academy. Cross comes in one more time. And now the chance for New Generation. Strike comes in. That wouldn't count. And that was definitely very close, Kemo. But unfortunately, the crossbar to the rescue of BK31.
Great play. They are great. Interconnected passes between the players inside the 18-yard area there and trying to making so they penetrate their opponents in the game here. But luckily to the BK31 side, they are still on a nil-nil scoreline here, but otherwise that would have already been into the back of the net. But it was greatly taken as well, and then they now move from that particular end. They are also surging forward in trying to getting themselves an opener here. But fair enough, Greater Tomorrow are the better side as of now, as what we have already seen here. So the New Generation, I should say, are the better side as for now, as what we have already seen but I mean their opponents are also trying to making sure they stay onto their feet and then trying to making sure they maintain their stamina so that they did not concede the first goal into the game, because they understand that conceding the first goal here can eventually cost them the trophy that they are yearning for and also the first prize.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Earlier on, Lamin Jara. This score is still 0-0. Box Barmini Stadium in Brikama is the venue. Dr. Ismaila Ceesay sponsored U15 tournament final. On both ends working very hard for the breakthrough, but still struggling to hit the back of the net after seeing key of the minutes in the fourth period. Noisy background, but of course entertaining. Coming from very close to our commentary desk. And now it's a chance for BK31 Football Academy. The Brikama Base Academy is currently on the ball, urging every player to move in an attacking up position. Delivery, long one, partly headed out by New Generation Football Academy. And New Generation will solely use the moment to drive it forward from their own half. Under the guidance of Samsidin Koli and Osman Sane, Kaba Jiba and Mohamed Jammeh on the technical dugout for BK31 Football Academy. Of course, both gaffers are industrious gaffers, hoping to wrap it up at the Box Bar Mini Stadium with a win. And the winner pockets home $15,000, gold medals, and a giant trophy, whilst the loser will pocket home a consolation prize of $10,000. And now, BK31 Football Academy will use the moment to drive it forward through Ismaila Toure. And Ismaila Toure, his effort was definitely a weak one.
To break from the heart of the midfield and pierce through that defense to set himself was just exquisite. But again, kudos to the defenders to make sure that they do not give him the chance to have it right on angle. They had to push him away, from the goalpost, and that was why the angle was narrower and he had little or no option trying to find the back of the net from a nearly impossible angle. But again, some fine football. We have seen it. They are not a team. It's like they are a team that is set up not to enjoy possession, but anytime they get it, they profit. That was one great move from the midfield right down there. So it's about telling New Generation that you might enjoy possession, but we are here also to enjoy the occasion as well. And like you just said, the winner will go home $15,000. For me, there is no loser. The one team will not just be lucky enough to go home with the $15,000. But whatever the case, taking part in this tournament, coming up to the final alone is winning.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. And we have already played key of the minutes in the fourth period. The score remains barren. New Generation Football Academy nil, B431 Football Academy also nil. And already the moment has been used by the Gaffers to have a brief discussion with their players. And of course, the central referee has already given the green light for the restart. And New Generation will now use the right side of the attack, but already the ball is off for a throw-in. The ball is already off for a throw-in. We have already played 30 minutes to the fourth period. The score remains 0-0. Who is going to find the back of the net now remains to be seen. But already both sides are very much aware that they have to score if they want to get a win, or else they have to settle this on post-match shootout if there is no winner in regulation. But seemingly, New Generation Football Academy will effect an early substitution, probably having an injury to one of their players. Currently enjoying possessive football, and of course their opponents are also very much calm and composed defensively. New Generation Football Academy lifting it forward, and the player just arrived in time. He should have done better, Lamin Jara, I guess.
Yeah, exquisite. And somebody arrived in, and on any other day, had he connected well, it would have been 1-0 new generation FA. So the chances are coming, and you got to be aware of. I mean, Sanyang, for me, Ismaila at the right hand side. He has been making all those marauding runs. He has been darting around the right hand side, running, almost every minute and every second. For me, if there is a player that has covered the highest distance in the 30 minutes of this final that we have seen right in front of the technical bench of BK31 FA, it should be Ismaila of new generation. He's a joy to watch right now. But again, 0-0, you feel, like I said, it's going to be tight, because coming into this final, it has only been that one goal difference between the two.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. Already we have played 30 minutes into the contest, and the score remains 0-0. Already 31 minutes on the clock, and the score remains barren. New Generation Football Academy through Seni Sanyang. Seni getting the run of the center forward. The goalkeeper Ansumana Sanyang arriving. And the head coach Kaba Jiba has already left his technical area to give instructions to his boys. And we already have a player being lined up for substitution. Of course, introduction any moment from now. Who is coming off and who is replacing him, we will confirm that shortly. The central referee has already given that. And already 32 minutes on the clock. The score remains 0-0. Early substitution after an injury to one of their players. The player who has been taken off is Sana. Sana is off, and Sana has been replaced. And probably, Jara, things are definitely not working well for a new generation. Of course, getting off of Sana Sane and introducing another fresh leg might be something that might prove a dividend for the side.
Yeah, of course, he will be disappointed with himself, because it's a big occasion. Not when the governor of the region is seated and the information minister is seated and watching this. Not every day you go to finals with all this atmosphere and of course the background, the cacophony of sounds and drums. If there is somebody who will be disappointed, will be a player who just plays 30 minutes or so and gets substituted, because in big occasions you want to show up why you are a big player, or why you are somebody that somebody should look forward to from now against up to the future. And probably you and I don't go to the training ground, but the technical bench have seen something that we've not seen, and they feel the way they are playing, in order for them to at least get that good opportunity. And now that was a substitute who almost introduced himself in style, but somehow he miscued. So it's about, they feel that they have seen something, and now they're going to have an opportunity, and the goalkeeper have grabbed that. Yeah, like I said, nobody will want to be substituted in a final, especially in the first half. But again, if it is not down to injury, he will be disappointed for sure. But all he wants now, I'm sure, is going to be not him being substituted, but his team to go all the way to win it.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. It has been a keenly contested class. Keenly contested between New Generation Football Academy and B4 or BK31 Football Academy in the inaugural tournament sponsored by Honorable Minister Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. And now Ismaila Sanyang getting that cross. What a hit and what a goal. And that is the breakthrough. Peter Mendy getting it low for New Generation Football Academy. Fantastic assist coming from Ismaila Sanyang. And already Lamin Jara was talking about the player. But before Lamin Jara came out, there is already a goal at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Of course, Ismaila Sanyang with the assist, and Peter Mendy getting the breakthrough. New Generation
creating a lot of goal scoring opportunities against their opponents, but this time Peter stood up to his feet and
moments ago, Lamin Jara, you were talking about Ismaila Ceesay doing a lot of runs on the right side of the defense. And of course, interestingly, he served as the provider in the goal of Peter Mendy. And already new generation are already leading by a goal to nil. Of course, they seems to be the most impressive side since the commencement of this game. And they are now being rewarded with a goal from Peter Mendy.
Yeah, the technical bench, the head coach will be bragging about the substitution that he has made. Just when you make the substitution, 60 seconds later, you're 1-0 up, even though the substitute was not involved. But again, the goal is just one moment of magic. It was just a beauty. No other way to describe it. But you and I have watched football at the box bar for a long time. And you got to count the quality of goals that we have seen, being scored here. And at this level, under 15, playing like this, and of course scoring goals like this in front of all these dignitaries and everybody who has come on to watch this, it's just beautiful. You look at the cross, it was just fantastic. He just laid it on a plate for Peter Mendy to arrive in between the two centre backs. He didn't need to do much. No effort, no nothing. All what he needed to do was to contact the ball and caress it beyond the goalkeeper. And caressing it was what he did at the police line end. They've been dominating, a lot of possession, and now their first real chance, 1-0 new generation FA.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. Earlier on, Kemo Kanye. Approaching halftime from the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama. That's an offside. The flag is already up against Seni Sane. And Seni has been penalized by the flag of the assistant referee for an offside. And now, head coach Kabajiba and his boys will have something great to do here, as the side trail by a goal to nil against New Generation Football Academy in the inaugural tournament, proudly and officially sponsored by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, with the winner going home with $15,000, a set of jersey, gold medals, while the runner-up is pocketing home $10,000, silver medals, leading goal scorer $1,000, and of course the player of the tournament is equally pocketing home $1,000. And already New Generation lead by a goal to nil against Big 4 31 Football Academy. And of course Kemo Kanye approaching halftime, and if New Generation is able to hold on to this slender advantage, they will be getting back into the dressing room with bragging rights to say we are currently leading by a goal to nil, and then we can go on to clinch this trophy.
Yes, very well, Pa. This is what they need now. They need to be more resilient and then trying to keep their focus throughout the game without scoring any further goal here, and then continue to prevent their opponents from scoring against them. Of course, they will be celebrating the trophy today, and then we'll be going home with the giant trophy and also with the $15,000 cash prize, and also the runners-up prize will be going to the BK31 FA here. But nonetheless, there are still so many time to be played here before the final whistle is blown for the halftime break, and also the entire second half is as well there for both sides to do the needful for themselves here into this particular game. But currently, Great Tomorrow are currently on the verge of celebrating this highly coveted trophy here at the Brikama Boxbar Mini Stadium.
Thank you very much, Kimu. It's approaching, and already a minute to be added on. Just a minute to be added on. And of course, Lamin Jara, if New Generation is only able to hold on to this advantage, they will be very pleased with the way things are going heading into the break. And they will be saying, yes, hence we are able to get a goal. We can even hold on to this slender advantage, and we will be crowned champions and champions of the inaugural tournament, proudly and officially sponsored by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay.
Yeah. 60 seconds before the interval, and you look at it with the cloud above our heads. We cannot say they have not deserved it. It has been deserved for me. But again, I have to emphasize the manner in which the goal was taken. It was a nimble touch to put the ball beyond the goalkeeper, Ansumana Sanyang. For me, up to this point, 45 minutes of this tournament, it has all been Ismaila. Dr. Ismaila sponsored and Ismaila Sanyang provider of the assist, 1-0 new generation FA. So you can understand why 45 minutes of this under 15 football and Ismaila for a reason.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. Approaching halftime, and any moment the central referee might end the proceedings as far as the fourth service is concerned. And the score remains New Generation 1, B4 31 nil. It's another attack and another cross coming from Ismaila. And this time a week one and before or BK31 Football Academy picking possession, and they will surely start it deep in their own half. The side trailed by a goal to nil, and New Generation still enjoying possession, still looking to get the second goal here, trying to go solo. Could that be a moment? And the central defender just there in time to clear that ball, and already that seems to be a corner as judged by the central referee. I think the B431 Football Academy in that occasion seems to be under pressure, and there was no communication between the goalkeeper and the central defenders. It's another opportunity for New Generation Football Academy to possibly get the second goal before the break.
Yes, you can see the frustration from the netminder. They are telling the defender could have allowed him to handle the ball with ease, and then with that they will be safe here, and then he will be clearing the ball. Perhaps this is what going to be the final chance for Greater Tomorrow Greater Tomorrow into this team to add up their advantage, but the corner went straight into the hands of the goalkeeper, and then it is the final whistle.
And that is the end of the first half. And halftime at the box bar. Halftime between New Generation and BK31 Football Academy. And New Generation heads back into the dressing room with their noses in front, leading by a goal to nil. And the only goal courtesy of Peter Mendy. Jara, halftime, an advantage New Generation.
Good half, good final so far. High pressing, some quality football, some good chances, some moments of tiki-taka, some moments of brilliance, some moments of some goalkeeping, heroic, some moments of defensive, brilliance and all those stuff. It has everything. It has everything in this 45 minutes. Some moments of darting and marauding runs at the right hand side. And of course, it needed a moment of brilliance to separate the two teams. And when it came, the team that was more adventurous for the best part of 45 minutes, the team that has dictated the half, the team that has enjoyed more of the possession, just needed one through ball in between two central defenders, and Peter Mendy just tiptoed unnoticed to caress the ball beyond goalkeeper Ansumana Sanyang. And we are into half-time, 1-0 for the team that is decked out in royal blue, deservedly, like I said. And now it's up to BK31 or BK31 FA to go into the dressing room with Kabajiba and team to make sure they come back in the second half, and then of course find the next goal. They know if they're now going to win this, they have to score the next goal. That's obvious, because a goal down now in a final, if you don't score in the second half, you know you're going home as runners up. But again, like I said, when we came into this final, we knew it was always going to be tight. We knew somebody was never going to run away with this, because you look at the two teams and what they have done into this, up to this. Like I said, both teams played 3, won 1, lost 1, drew 1, scored 5, scored 6, conceded 5, conceded 4, and that goal difference of 1 is still what is in between them. So we're expecting to see a very good game in this second half in this Dr. Ismaila Ceesay sponsored tournament.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. And already we are off to join us in the next 15 for the continuation. Welcome back to the Boxbar Mini Stadium for the continuation of the live commentary. It is the second and final half between New Generation Football Academy and BK31 Football Academy. And now it is the final 40 or 45 minutes to settle the two. But already New Generation leading by a goal to nil. Got their noses in front, courtesy of Peter Mendy, with a brilliant assist from Ismaila Ceesay. In case you're just joining us, New Generation is under Samsidine Koli and Usman Sane. And the team has started this game with Ismaila Drame in goal, Abdullah Jallo, Modlamin Bi, Usman Sow, Seni Sane, Sana Sane, Ismaila Sanyang, Momodu Saliu Bari, Yankuba Bari, Ibu Sanyang, Peter Mendy completes the 11. And now New Generation is kicking from the police line end of the box bar towards the democracy end. Whilst B4 or BK31 Football Academy under Kaba Jiba and Mohamed Jane or Mohamed Jamme, having Ansumana Sanyang in goal, Suleiman Ceesay, Modlamin P. Bujang, Lamin Bujang, Mohamed Sane, Mohamed Dabo, Ibrahima Ceesay, Ismaila Toure, Babukar Bujang, Anas Njai, and Alfuseni Kamara complete the 11. And the team during the tournament won once, lost once, and drew once, whilst New Generation played 3, lost once, and drew none. And in the semi-final, New Generation defeated Kunta Kinte 2-0 before setting up a final against BK31 Football Academy. Whilst BK31 in the semi-final defeated San Memes 5-4 before reaching a final. And already both sides have already picked it from where they left it. And this is going to be an interesting and a very crucial second half. Kemo Kanye, both sides picking it from where they left it in the first half. And this game might get to any direction, because already New Generation Football Academy with the 1-0 advantage might be saying, yes, we have to get a goal. That might be a killer for B4 or BK31 Football Academy, who BK31 on the other hand will be saying, yes, we have to get an equalizer and possibly have the chance of getting the second goal. If we can do that, we can definitely push this game to a post-match shootout to see if they can get a winner on penalties.
Yeah, BK must at least score a goal here and then continue to prevent their backline from New Generation to get themselves another goal here. But New Generation, they can still try to maintain this scoreline and then still go on to win this particular coveted trophy here. But for BK31, they must score at least a goal here, and then while they are also searching for that particular goal, they must try to prevent their backline from their opponents here, so they did not get the double here as for them as they continue to search for a leveler here. But it's a difficult game for either of the sides here. Both sides have been pushing very hard since the first half, and then but it was the New Generation side that were able to score a goal here, and then this is the same goal that is currently separating these two sides here, and then they are now back from the dressing room, and then we will see which of the sides here will be able to or can lift this particular trophy here. But whichever is to go home with this particular trophy, indeed it is going to be a very a huge success for that particular team here. So let's see. So far it's still 1-0 in favor of New Generation side, but BK are currently moving forward in trying to get themselves to a parity here.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. Entertaining and interesting second and final half. Noisy background from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Both sides picking it from where they left it, and of course it's going to be a crucial and entertaining second half. Laminjara already just a goal separating the two, and the game could get to any direction. B4 or BK31 Football Academy might get an equalizer. Equally, New Generation might also have the second and pushing hard to get maybe the third goal, whilst their opponents might be saying, yes, we just have to score, then we can have the chance of pushing this game to post-match shootout.
You have to score the next goal, like we said before the interval. But again, you have to be impressed with the way, the team that is a goal down, BK31 FA, have started this. They've been aggressive from the onset, and I was not in the dressing room when the manager or the head coach was addressing them during the halftime team talk. But from what I can look at, it's like, when we have the ball, let's go and play. Off the ball, we man mark them. You see, once they are not in possession, you look at them, everybody decked out in purple will be looking for somebody decked out in royal blue. And now the most enterprising player, that we have seen in the 45 minutes, the provider of the goal is out, and now somebody has come in. But again, with the game that way, he seems to be a defender. I don't know what the instruction is. But again, in this case, you do not blame them. And like I said, you look at them how they shape up now. They just want to avoid them to play the game. But is the man marking working for now? That's the $1 million question. Because they will man mark them off the ball. But with the ball, you have to go and play. And remember now, that makes the work too difficult. You have a game to win. You have a score to turn. You have a man marking to do. And you have the ball to play. So it's 3 in 1. The case of can they do it now is what we are about to see. But yeah, they know they have to score the next goal. And they've just reacted themselves, or they've just made some reactions. From the onset, they've brought in 3 substitutes to try to balance the game of play. But now it's a wait and see.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. New generation starting it deep in their half. Ismaila Drame, the short stopper. Moving it from the left to urging every player to move it forward. Peter Mendy, who scored the only goal in this contest, is driving forward, trying to keep that ball in play. The flag of the assistant referee straight down, and already the player has been brought down, but the flag of the assistant referee has already gone against New Generation Football Academy. Industrious technical area for head coach Kaba Jiba and his backroom staff. Equally, Samsidin Koli is also very much positioned on the technical dugout, giving instructions to his boys dressed in all blue. And already it is an advantage for New Generation Football Academy. The U15 battling it out against another decent side of BK31 Football Academy under Kaba Jiba and Mohamed Jame. Samsidin Koli and Usman Sane on the technical area. Of course, Famara Baji, central referee. Ibrahim Ajao is one of the assistants alongside Sergio Suso and Alaji M. Saho. It is just a goal separating the two. New Generation on the attack. From the box bar, very close to the dressing room. Fantastic football coming from New Generation. The boys in blue will solely attack once more, leading by a goal to nil. Getting that ball short to Yankuba Bari. And Yankuba narrowly lost possession, trying to retrieve the ball once more. And central referee has given that against New Generation Football Academy. Has already given that to New Generation Football Academy. Of BK31 Football Academy, and BK now will use the moment to drive it forward. Ismaila Toure. That's a throw in. Not the best of passes or combination between the players, as both sides are working off their socks to possibly win the contest. But already advantage New Generation. Attacking once more. The flag is up. And already it is 1-0 in their favor. And they would love to see if they can just hold on to this, or they will have any chance of doubling the advantage. And out of the 3 matches, New Generation Football Academy won once, lost once, and once. And now the chance for New Generation once again. Fantastic defending. And you could hear the claps coming from the background. This is the beauty of football, most especially if teams are from the same community.
Yeah, interesting class from the youngsters. And one said we knew what we are about to see. And like we said, when you have 2 teams that have finished second in their respective groups with 4 points in their respective groups, scored for fun in their respective groups, conceded just like they want to concede, like any tiki-taka team will do in their respective groups, and went on into the semi-finals. Both teams beat the group winners in the opposite group, and that was a good shot again. Both teams won, against the top team in the opposite group, and now they are here to set up a good final. And so far, almost midway point of the second half is 1-0. Yeah, that's down to the brilliant football that we have seen from the 2 teams. And like I said, everybody was come in. You look at the VIP now. It's almost full to its capacity. All the dignitaries think about they've come in. Even though it's Saturday, they should be with their families and thinking about some other things. As now this team decked out in royal blue is trying to run riot. They've done all that, but again they've negated all that, and they've come here to watch that this under 15 and youth football is all about. So that alone is fantastic.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. It is the second and final half. Who is winning, it remains to be seen. Advantage New Generation. But equally, BK31 Football Academy wouldn't leave it for them. Now cross comes in. That's already a goal kick. That's already a goal kick. This is the beauty of grassroots football. And looking at the turnout, this is of course impressive, because already the democracy, and they wouldn't disappoint. Whenever a game is at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, they will always come to support. And now once again, BK31 Football Academy and Central Referee had nothing to it, and New Generation will surely use that to attack once more.
Yes, very well, Pa. I mean, the crowd that have come here shows that, I mean, people love grassroots football. So that their brothers are playing, and then these are very, very young people. So they need the support of the people that are currently here. And then people understand this very well. This is why they come in their numbers to making sure they see how well their brothers can play, and then trying to making sure they give them that moral support in trying to achieve what they want to achieve at the end of the day. Because currently, I mean, Great Tomorrow, as you have earlier mentioned, can stay onto this particular lead here, and then they will still maintain, they will still be going home as the winners of this particular Kobedo Trophy, while their opponents knows very well that, I mean, they must at least score a goal here, and then while they also are searching for a goal, they must try to making sure that they continue to prevent their backline from penetration by their further penetration by their opponents here. Otherwise, it will be a very, very, I mean, a bad nightmare for them. So they understand this, and then this is why they are still moving forward and trying to getting themselves to the parity here. But it still remains 1-0 in favor of the New Generation side, who are currently on the verge of celebrating this particular trophy.
Thank you very much. Noisy background from the box bar. We are definitely loving this game on and off the pitch. Who is winning, it remains to be seen, but already advantage New Generation. BK31 Football Academy driving, but New Generation has already gotten it off and will solely switch the play from the left to the right. Now BK31 Football Academy will solely drive it, but having it off against the central defender and for Mohamed Sane, who is having the defensive partnership, or Abdullah Jallo having the defensive partnership of Modlamin Biaye as the two central defenders for New Generation Football Academy. Abdullah Jallo once again urging the players to move forward. Jallo Abdullah lifts it forward from the right to the left, and now BK31 Football Academy having the player who came on as a substitute already down on central referee will solely attend to it. And already the game has been a keenly contested one from the first whistle to this moment of the game from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and the player who is already down will be attended by the medical team. It is just a goal separating the two, and the game could get to any direction. Either a 1-0 advantage might give the chance to New Generation Football Academy to be crowned champions, or this game might equally get to post-match shootout only if BK31 Football Academy is able to get an equalizer, Jara.
Yeah, I like that statement. Only if they were to get an equalizer, and at the minute it doesn't look like a team that is playing to get the equalizer. But again, they've improved from their first half, and now because now everybody is now having one eye for the prize. That was an eye of a needle pass. Yeah. Because everybody now has one eye on the prize, the game now is becoming somehow clumsy, and of course the tackles are flying in, and there is that man marking anytime they are off the ball. They just want to disrupt the pattern that the New Generation team is playing, and themselves when they get the ball they want to surge forward. But again, you cannot remember the last time they gave goalkeeper Ismaila Drame anything to think about in the New Generation FA goal. And if they are to force this to penalty shootout, they have to make sure the opposite goalkeeper is the busier. So it can be penalty shootout only if they have to find the back of the net.
Only if they're able to find the back of the net. Of course, BK31 Football Academy will introduce another player. They would love to get more and more fresh legs in search for the much needed equalizer, whilst New Generation is still maintaining this slender advantage. 1-0 up, courtesy of Peter. Peter broke the deadlock, giving his side the advantage. Already the central referee has already requested for the ball. Famara Baji is the central referee. Ibrahim Ajao, Sajo Suso, and Alaji M. Saho are the assistants. Alaji M. Saho already serving as the fourth assistant referee in an entertaining and lively showdown. New Generation trying to keep the ball as much as they could. Getting it back to Abdullah Jallo. Jallo to his defensive partner, Modlamin BI team captain. BI calm and composed, very intelligent central defender, and of course a commander of the game. Back to the short stopper, Ismaila Drame, who is equally calm and composed. One of the shortest on the pitch, but industrious and calm. New Generation lost it at some point, but we are able to recover that ball swiftly. To Ismaila Drame, the short stopper once again. We are definitely loving every bit and piece of this final, on and off the pitch. Entertainment of the pitch and entertaining on the pitch equally. Now an attack once again for New Generation Football Academy. Trying to maneuver his way, but he has been dispossessed, but swiftly recovered. Interchange of possessive football coming from New Generation Football Academy. The player currently being surrounded by a group of players. Could this be a moment for New Generation to get the second strike? Comes in, still looking for opportunity to get the second goal. Danger still not averted. New Generation once more, giving a lot of problems for BK31 Football Academy, who will now use the left side of the attack in trying to penetrate. Getting that ball on the far end, trying to get some step overs. Uses his pace against his marker. Unfortunately for him, the central referee was very close, Jara, and who was able to award the player an advantage. This is, of course, a great game, and a great game that could get to any destination.
Brilliant football, Pa. You got to love this game. You know, I was trying to calculate the number of minutes that the substitute was waiting for the ball to go out. He has stood here almost for 5 or 6 minutes. You know, he was anticipating to come in, and he could not. He was not given the chance. That's not because of the referee. That's because of down to the good football we've seen in the pitch. You know, in our divisions, in our leagues, in our Nawetan, we play 45 minutes of football, but 20 minutes of the game is always the ball out, the players are waiting. But again, these players who are under 15, less than 15 years, remember, have kept that ball inside that pitch for 7 to 8 minutes, and it was running, and they were running, and nobody was standing, and the substitute has to sit and wait until when the breakdown of play came in. That's just brilliant. This is what you see in the top leagues. This is why even when we go to leagues in other parts of the world, we're outplayed, because the number of minutes that we keep running is far less than the number of minutes that are supposed to be played. But these children, these under 15 boys, are playing like men, Pa. And once again, don't forget, it's because the platform is given to them. It's because somebody has thought very wise to say, we're going to remove the cloud of doubts from these young ones. And that is our Honorable Minister, Ismaila Ceesay, who himself sitting there and watching with the governor and everybody who has just come in. I'm sure by the end of Regulation 90, whosoever wins this, we will go home and say, we've seen under 15 play like men, Pa.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. And we must talk about the number of spectators and, of course, fans that came here to watch this crucial and lively final. Of course, at some point, one might question how they were able to do it, but already it is as a result of grassroots football at its highest. Into the gloves of the goalkeeper, Ismaila Drame. Kemo, I think, on a normal day, many might not expect such a turnout to be here at the Boxbar Mini Stadium, but already with the numbers that we have already seen, I think this is already remarkable.
Yes, very well, remarkable. It's just like it's a Norwegian and also a community football, but everyone playing here is from a community, so those people from there will come and then trying to make it so they watch him and also support his talent here. So this is one of the things that this is one of the things that has led to this. He would turn out here for these youngsters here, and then this is a motivation to them in trying to making sure that they still continue to play and then making their way to towards professional football, and then from this particular stage here, who knows, one of these players here or some of these players here can make their way as one of the professionals here, and then going all the way to represent the Gambia. But this has to do with the home support that they have currently witnessed here, or that they have currently received from the locals here, because so many people have come out in their large numbers and then giving them that support, that courage in trying to make it so that they continue believing in what they can do, and then trying to make it so that they stand by them, because I mean players need this particular support from the supporters here. This is already a moral booster for them. So you can see the way they are playing here. They are very much comfortable on the ball, trying to knock the ball and then trying to create those goal scoring opportunities for themselves. So they believe the turnout here is something that is adding this belief into this particular players here who are currently here and trying to get in their way to the glory days path.
Thank you very much, Kimo. And we have already played 60 minutes unofficial. 60 minutes unofficial. And now the chance for 34-31. And that was very close. And Gerard, that was the closest for BK31 Football Academy since the commencement of this game. But very close, but unfortunately could not hit the target. That should have been 1-1.
If you are in a football match and you are waiting for that chance all night long, when you have been outplayed in a final like this, surely that was the moment. And again, when it came, they took it brilliantly. But you have to give credit to the goalkeeper for coming down to narrow the space. And again, spectacularly, the player had little options. That's the substitute. All he needed was I beg your pardon, not the substitute, Babakar Bojang. He needed to chip that to have something audacious and something so cheeky. And it was just millimeters away from finding the back of the net. And now they are growing into this game, and now the substitutes are coming and they are becoming hungry, and you can see, Kaba is furiously bellowing at the players to go forward and push forward and forward and forward. You feel if their chance is going to come, it's going to come now. And good tackle again from the substitute. The energy since he came in. This has been the second tackle inside the center circle. But in this occasion, he has been unlucky that it has to be a foul. But again, that was a good chance, a good real let-off. Should have found the back of the net. But again, the goalkeeper did very well by narrowing the angle.
Thank you very much, Lami. Now the chance once again. Barry getting it down around the edge. Calling in for a handball at some point. But the flag of the assistant referee still stayed down. And now BK31 Football Academy will build on. Having a lot of pace on the left. And that is as a result of miscommunication between one of the latest entrants and one of the offensive players. Noisy from the background. Of course, entertainment on and off the pitch. On the pitch, it's of course a great possessive display coming from the young lads of New Generation Football Academy and BK31 Football Academy. This is of course the final of the inaugural tournament, proudly and officially bankrolled by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, who is already with us at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, including some high-power dignitaries. We can also confirm the presence of Mamadou Sabali, and of course Honorable Governor Osman Bojang of West Coast Region. And the flag is already up and up against New Generation Football Academy. And BK31 Football Academy will have the chance. Of course, Kabajiba moving up and down, giving instructions to his boys. Equally, Samsidin Kuli has been seen on the technical dugout, giving instructions. But it has been an entertaining one. And already, just as you rightly mentioned, Lyman Jara, I think B4 or BK31 Football Academy is definitely growing older in this contest. I think they had a better second half compared to the first period since the commencement of the game.
Yeah, they were very calm, so composed, allowed them new generation to run through them and put all the passes in the tight places and make all the forward runs. And when the goal came in, you saw, how it happened. Peter just had to tiptoe unnoticed between the two centre backs and caress it beyond the goalkeeper. But in the second half, they came in. Like I said, earlier, the moment the whistle went for them to start the second half, they were very aggressive. They pushed forward, they became bolder, and now they had that glorious opportunity to get themselves back on level terms. It did not happen. They were a whisker away from it, and now you feel that bit by bit they are growing older in this. Bit by bit they are becoming more adventurous, and because there is no difference for me losing the final 1-0 and losing it 2-0 and losing it 3-0. So they will be feeling that, look, we cannot just go home and losing it 1-0. If we are going to win this, let's go and win it. If you're going to fail, let us fail in the most beautiful way. And because sometimes, you can fail, but you want it to be a failure in the most beautiful way. That is, you can't be caught in between the gaps, trying to equalize and you go and lose it. That's another very good cross inside there. And it's another corner part. Like you said, they're just growing into this. And now, it's all or nothing. They absolutely have to throw everything. If they're going to win this, they're going to push it to penalty shootout. If they're going to lose it, they're going to lose it in the most beautiful way. But there is no difference in losing it 1-0 and 2-0 from this point.
Delivery. BK 31. Fantastic clearance. BK once again trying to glance that header in, but unfortunately could not get the desired opportunity. But already the score is already against them. BK 31 trailed by a goal to nil against New Generation Football Academy. Industrious Kabajiba moving up and down, giving instructions. Probably another substitution to be fetched by Kabajiba shortly. I think he's trying to throw everything out. Already down by a goal to nil, possibly throwing everything that he has. And once again, the goal scorer Peter Mendy trying to go solo into the gloves of the goalkeeper. That is, of course, a serious grounder, but the goalkeeper allowed enough Kemo to gather that ball with ease. And already we have seen an entertaining second half. Already both sides are very much aware that a goal now might decide this contest. A goal for New Generation might be a killer blow for BK 31 Football Academy, whilst a goal for BK 31 Football Academy might definitely push this game to post-match shootout. But already a goal might be crucial in this.
Yes, very well, and BK 31 are now pushing very hard in trying to getting themselves to a parity, but Greater Tomorrow continues to show their resilience at the back in trying to prevent them from getting any goal into the game here. But they understand, Greater Tomorrow, that New Generation, that they can maintain this particular scoreline and then still celebrate this coveted trophy, while their opponents here, BK 31 FA, know that they must score at least a goal here and then prevent Greater Tomorrow from adding any further goal into their lead here, and then still pushes the game to the post-match shootout. But let's see what happens here in this particular final minutes that will be played here. But already it has been an entertaining game between these two. We are approaching the 30th minute of the second half, and then with that about 11 or 12 minutes here before in the regulation time before the final whistle will be blown here. So let's see in the final 10 minutes here what the two teams will have to offer for us.
Thank you very much, and that is the beauty of it. That is the beauty of the closing stages of every tournament and the closing of every final. And you could see Kabajiba, is a little bit furious on the technical area.
Yeah, we said it. Even though grassroots winning is not important, and this, you don't want to give them cash, you want to give them trophies, you want to give them medals, you want to give them jerseys. But that's the nature of football. Football being football, there has come a time everybody wants to win it. Sometimes you even forget that you're the coach. You forget. You're just buried inside the action, and that is what has happened there. We've seen it before in world football, so it's not a surprise for us to see it again. But again, that is down to because of the fight that this team that is decked out in of course in royal purple BK 31 FA are doing in the second half. And like you just said, the scoreline is against them, and the game is against them. So now they have to just throw everything they have. So when the referee blows against them, you expect those type of actions. It's normal.
Thank you very much. It is the second and final half. Time running out. And running out for who? BK31 Football Academy, who trailed by a goal to nil against New Generation. BK31 Football Academy once more. Around the center. A player narrowly lost it. Picked it once more. Now New Generation Football Academy. Peter Mendy, the goal scorer, will chase. Being surrounded by two central or huge central defenders. And New Generation, that could have been another great attack for the boys in blue. But unfortunately, lost it. BK31 Football Academy, and already the flag of the assistant referee has already gone up. And the central referee, Pamara Baji, is asking the ball to be retaken. And now the chance for New Generation Football Academy to get it. Finally, it's a throw in for BK31 Football Academy. It's a Brikama Bees Academies. We're definitely hoping to win this final. And the final, or the winner in the final, is going home with $15,000, a set of jersey, a giant trophy, while the runner-up is pocketing home $10,000 as consolation. Silver medals, and of course leading and the player of the tournament going home with $1,000. But already who is going to win the contest remains to be seen. But advantage New Generation, who are hoping to either protect the 1-0 advantage or get the second, which could serve as a killer to this contest. And now BK31 Football Academy are also very much aware of what is at stake currently. Trailing 1-0 and still might have the chance of getting something done here. And the player has been brought down. The flag is up. The flag is up. An advantage New Generation. They will use that moment to possibly wind down the clock. If they get doesn't get the second, they wouldn't love to concede.
Yeah, if they don't get the second, they wouldn't want to concede, and that would be an opportunity for them to wind away the clock. But that is only when you are desperately defending and want to see the game out. Then you can be winding away the clock. I'm sure if there is a team that will not want to wind away the clock, despite winning or by a goal to nil currently and deep into second half, is this New Generation team, and you feel this is a good opportunity for them with a one-man wall that is protecting the goalkeeper out there, and Sumana Sanyang. You feel one ball swindle inside the penalty area. Who knows? Somebody can just march on again, tiptoed unnoticed, and then just bundle it home, and that will be that for that. You feel so in a BK perspective, they just cannot afford to concede the next goal.
They cannot just afford to concede the next goal. BK31 Football Academy. And now New Generation will deliver this. It's a grounder. Partly dealt with and fantastically defended by BK31 Football Academy. Time running out. You will definitely try to get something. Possibly try to get. Already we have played 32 minutes into the second period unofficial, as both sides hoping to get something done here. New Generation hoping to either protect the 1-0 advantage if they don't score, but they are still searching for the second goal. They are very much aware that the second goal might be decisive here. The flag of the assistant referee stayed down. More and more players arriving for New Generation, leaving it for the advancing player. Could that be the moment into the gloves of the goalkeeper? Never trouble the shot stopper, who is desperately in need of an equalizer. BK31 will definitely love to get the equalizer before the end of this contest, and they are very much aware that a goal here might definitely push this game to post-match shootout, only if New Generation isn't able to score the second. Came, I think, entertaining and lively. Already we're going to see interesting and final half of this contest.
Yes, very well. We have under 7 minutes that to be played here before the final whistle will be blown here. Plus, any other additional time perhaps will be added by the officials of the game here. So let's see what BK31 will respond to this particular goal here in this final 6 minutes of play here. But Greater Tomorrow wouldn't let it easy for them and trying to trying to continue to deny them getting any goal into this particular contest. Already a player is down for them. The number 10 for the Greater Tomorrow side is currently down, Yankuba Barry, nursing an injury here as the officials, the medical team is called to his attention here. Perhaps he's trying to run down the clock here, but I mean, in football, 5 minutes of play is a lot of time. So their opponent BK 31 can capitalize on this particular moment here and then trying to get themselves to a parity. So let's see what they will do within what they will have for us within this particular 5 minutes of play here. But it is going to be a tough ending towards tough ending for both sides here. Already they are leading here by a lone goal to nil, the new generation side, while their opponents BK 31 FA continues to search for that breakthrough or continues to search for that leveler here before the final whistle will be blown. But
thank you very much. It is getting older and older. Time is growing older and expectations are getting higher. And now the chance for new generation once again. The goal scorer Peter Mendy chases around the edge of the 18. Could that be a moment with goalkeeper arriving just in time? From the half of new generation to the half of BK 31 Football Academy, a new generation will introduce another fresh legs. 2 more fresh legs to either bluster the defense, the midfield, or bluster the attack. We can't confirm for now, but the boys that start in royal blue will introduce 2 more fresh legs. 1 to wind down the clock probably, and also using the players to bluster either the defense, the midfield, or the attacking option. Jara, I think new generation are definitely having the trophy and what is expected to be handed as the winner's prize in their own hands. And they have to protect that. They can only protect that if they don't allow their opponents to score.
Yeah, if they don't allow their opponent to score. Remember in the World Cup semi-final, at this point, England were leading against Argentina by a goal to nil until the very last moment we saw things change. And that's football for you. Sometimes it can just happen. Sometimes you can just be doing very well and all of a sudden you just capitulate from an unexpected point of view. And that can happen. But in this game, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. But if it does happen, it shouldn't be a surprise because we've seen it before and we've seen it time and time again. But again, yeah, this new generation team, bit by bit, as the game is creeping in, bit by bit, they are going closer to a giant trophy, new sets of jerseys, gold medals, and of course, $15,000. And yeah, kudos to Dr. Ismaila Ceesay for bringing this. You've just mentioned, I've just looked at the VIP and I've seen everybody who has come in, as, Mr. Of course, President Advisor Momodu Sabali, who was always everywhere been around, is also present again. For me, he's Mr. Everywhere, and that's good, and that's what we love doing. One thing you have to understand is this is a group of people, with everything park aside, this is a group of people who just are here for the youth, who just want to invest on youth. Time and time when you watch social media, when you log into your Facebooks and everywhere, all the WhatsApp forums and forums, you see, Momodu Sabali sponsor tournament, Ismaila Ceesay sponsor tournament, everybody sponsor tournament. And not long ago we saw for the first time ever a median tournament, the President Barrow Peace tournament. So you go everywhere in this country, it's about the youth, the youth. Could this be the moment? They have been waiting all night long. Would you believe this? They bury their heads in their hands. And the technical bench will go to the ground because with the goal gaping, with the goal at their mercy, with time running out, just to force this to penalty shootout, a chance that is never going to come back. This team decked out all in royal purple, BK 31 FA have squandered a glorious opportunity, pa. It's not gonna come again, and it has just gone away, pa.
What a chance. What a chance, and of course, BK 31 Football Academy might be kicking at themselves by now. At that point, we were trying to check on the location of the head coach, Kabajiba, and key of the technical members were already flattened on the ground. They were like, yes, this should be the equalizer, forcing this game to post-match shootout. But currently, they might be kicking at themselves. And already, new generation survived. The score is still in their favor. 1-0 the side lead. And new generation Well, solely started from their own half, and they are still maintaining their slender advantage. 1-0 is the score. New generation through team captain Modlamin BI. BI getting it forward. Fantastic defending coming from BK31 Football Academy. And the head coach can't still believe it, Lamin Jara.
Well, we just cannot believe what we have seen. But again, it's under 15, but you do not blame him. You know, the quality of football was good. But again, when these opportunities come, you waited all night long, all day long to get that chance, putting yourself on glorious position. That is going to be always difficult in a game that you have been seriously at the back foot, seriously backpedaling. You know, all you needed to do was, with the goal at his mercy power, you have to listen to yourself, with the goal mouth gaping, all he needed to do was to slot it beyond the goalkeeper, and he could not. He couldn't even hit the target. And for me, you feel, I can't wait for the pre-match or for the post-match interview for Kaba, and he'll be telling you, you see the chances that we've missed. Had we taken our chances, we are always going to win. This has just been the bigger problem in the bigger picture in all our tournaments, in all our football. The coaches will always tell you, if we are taking our chances, we are always going to win. But again, these are players that are still in the development stage. And now, with the game on jeopardy, the team that has been comfortable for the best part of 85 minutes are seriously on the back foot path.
They must be asking themselves those questions. Any moment, yes, already that's a yellow card. Another substitution. I think if there is going to be any bigger chance, that might be on the shoulders of BK31 Football Academy, must be the one that they've just squandered. I think they must be kicking at themselves by now, saying we should have at least gotten ourselves an equalizer, forcing the game to post-match shootout, but unfortunately squandered, and the side is still down by a goal to nil against New Generation.
Yeah, that would have been 1-1 for the sides here, but that was a glorious opportunity that has been squandered already. That has been squandered by the BK31 FA. So this kind of chance may not fall to them again, and then we will now be looking into the final 4 minutes of additional time here. That will soon be raised by the. That will soon be raised by the. That has already been raised by the fourth official here, and then already we have played 2 minutes into that additional time. So they have 2 minutes here before they will be able to get themselves to a parity, while Greater Tomorrow also have only 2 minutes to stay on to this lead here, and then make in their way to the glory by celebrating this particular coveted trophy here, Pa.
Thank you very much, Kimo. And Kabajiba asking the players to step up. They have to throw everything out in the second and final half. In the closing stages of this contest, the side trailed by a goal to nil. Peter Mendy getting the only goal for New Generation Football Academy. The side just need to hold on, and they will be crowned champions and champions of the inaugural tournament, proudly and officially bankrolled by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, who is already present at the Boxbar Mini Stadium watching this showdown alongside some other government officials. The governor of West Coast Region, Osman Bojang, is already at the Boxbar. Momodu Sabali is also here at the Boxbar, accompanying the Minister Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, who is the sole sponsor of this U15 tournament. And already the score is the New Generation Football Academy 1, BK31 Football Academy nil at the Boxbar. And already earlier on we have seen the additional 4 minutes, and we are already deep into the additional minutes, Lapinjara.
Yeah, we are deep into other time, and that's not where you want to have this ball when you are from a BK31 FA point of view. But again, kudos to the team decked out only Royal Blue for the job that they have done to soak the pressure. But again, he will be watching that chance, and he will be going to bed and burying his head in his hands, and he will still not believe it. And tomorrow morning, he will just get up and pinch himself and ask himself, was that for real? Did I really miss that chance? But like I said, that's the game of football. We've seen this thing happen before. If that is the difference between winning a final and losing it, that was the margin. If ever there was a time to see the difference, to see the thin line between losing and winning in a cup final is surely that moment, Pa.
It's solely that moment. Anyway, whether to be able to get that once again. And that is the end of the game. Full time at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Full time between New Generation and BK31 Football Academy. And Kemo, it is full time and undoubtedly New Generation are the champion.
Yes, they are very well. They are the champions, but I mean, a chance has fallen to their opponents here, BK, but they have squandered it. So, but that is also football for you. Players will create chances, and then it will be squandered. So, in finals, most cases, a more clinical side will always be crowned champions. And this time, this is one of the moments that we have seen here. They are crowned champions here, the New Generation side, and then it's a deserved win for them, Pa.
It's indeed a deserved win for New Generation Football Academy. And Jara, I think they are definitely tested to the limit in the second half. They receive a lot of pressure coming from BK31 Football Academy. I think they must be, happy of themselves, of the performance that they have already shown, most especially in the second half.
A game of two halves, one easy first 45 minutes for New Generation, in which they kept on passing and running down the spaces, in which Ismaila Ceesay was pivotal, the provider of the goal. A beautiful goal it was. During the build-up, I did say this boldly, because when I watched the first 15 minutes of the game, I knew this game was going to be tight, and whosoever was going to win this, it's going to be a goal of one beautiful goal. And when it came, it was taken beautifully in the first half. They dominated the half, they hit the crossbar, and then yes, but in the second half it was a different game. For me, you got to give credit to BK31 FA for the manner in which they approach the second half. It's like they should be proud of themselves. It's like the manager, the head coach, Kabajiba, has done a great halftime team talk, because when they came in, they man-marked their opponents, they closed down the spaces. The two best chances of the second half fell to them. In each of the occasions, unluckily, they were millimeters away. They were a whisker away. For me, it was not even, forget about penalty shootout. In the second half, the game that we saw, BK31 could have won it by 2-1 at the balance of play. But this is the game for you. Sometimes you do your best, and you have all the chances, but they do not come your way, because you're not just destined to win it. They should be proud of themselves. But there is always going to be that dividing line between winning and losing in a cup final. And that was that opportunity that we saw. Again, they will be kicking themselves, but they should not be disappointed. And I'm sure all the dignitaries and everybody who has come in to watch this under-15 tournament will be proud of these two teams and what they have done. And of course, we're saying thank you to Dr. Ismaila Ceesay for coming up with a fantastic initiative. We've said it earlier, to get these players running, to get them have the cloud of doubt, away from them, to keep on moving and believing. These are the opportunities that they like. These are the opportunities that we need to present to them. These are the opportunities we need to give them time in, time out. And again, that is what Ismaila Doctor has done. And like I said, from the onset, this is not just, if you don't know him, you just don't know him. But this is not just the first time, and this is not just the first thing. He has established football teams that are now playing in the first division. He's just been everywhere. For me, he's just been one example for everybody to emulate, Pa.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. And this is where we're going to have a halt of the commentary, and of course we will hand over proceedings to the organizers for the presentation of the cash prizes, the 15,000, the 10,000, the giant trophy, the gold and silver medals, the $10,000 or the $1,000 to the golden boot winner, and also the player of the tournament. And it has just ended here. New Generation Football Academy 1, BK31 Football Academy nil. And New Generation are the champions of the inaugural tournament, proudly and officially sponsored by Dr. Ismaila Ceesay. And it is the U15 tournament. And that has just concluded the Boxbar Mini Stadium this evening. And this is where we're going to at least have a hold. And we'll be back for the presentation shortly.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't. Hey, boy, that's hey. All right. I want everybody, no noise. No noise. Let's sit down. Sorry, huh? Use mic.
Boy, can I have
You need to be there so the people they can hear you.
They need to hear them. Where's Ben?
They can come close.
Yeah.
Yes, they can come close so that we get closer.
If we get closer.
That's all.
I'm going to continue. Assalamu alaikum. maa ngi leen nuyu ñëpp ngeen jégal ma nag man nga sori ma si loolu waaye saamali dama tracé dal so kontaan nañ trop lu ñu ñëwee fii waaye one thing I have to comment yéen yëpp tey amul mel loser yéen yëpp you are all winners because you are all young and bëgg naa ëllëg maa gis kenn si yéen or some of you people playing in the big leagues te loolu laa leen ene yéen yëpp waaye one thing lu ma leen war a comment mooy discipline moo fi gis because unfortunately man suma experience with Gambian football yu ma dem yëpp léegi-léegi xeex ak you know saagaraale dégg all the time waaye tey maa ngi ñëw fii from bu ma fi duggee ba bu match bi di jeex gisuma benn xeex gisuma benn xuloo so loolu maa ngi leen a comment bu baax a baax a baax loolu moom min maa ngi gis maturity because yéen a youth si and soo leen magee gëm naa ne loolu ngeen a continuer so maa leen a ooj la ngeen continuer loolu ba pare lu ma leen a ooj tam mooy football da ngeen see boole tamit jànga skills because nekku na yéen yëpp pa ko make pour nekka footballer loolu possible so maa leen a ooj ku nekka si yéen ngeen ut skills nga xam ne su dee football bi méegu leen ko ngeen mun a jàpp si loolu so loolu la leen ooj an comme li ma la ko waxee tey gisuma fi benn loser yéen yëpp wina ngeen fii an maa leen a encourage ngeen continuer loolu la def yàlla baax na bëgg naa benn dee nag ma gis kenn si yéen di play suma favorite team Man United I hope ne kenn si yéen bëgg naa Manchester United jërë ngeen jëf thank you very much.
Okay, boys, so I'll be here. You might like a Messi support, Messi supporters. Alman CR blue CR7. Okay, good. Team CR7. Brikama is the home of football after Lamin. Okay, Lamin number 1, then Brikama number 2. I'll be all on it. Bari Jaliba kuyate men fa ko Brikama boys all will play no. So on sontale. Ni ajen nata jang ntol mal tolleti al tollem toluti. Dr. Ceesay abuluta janna ay football ke janna 40 janne nata jang ay football sponsor al kam men fila ka wole fil. Anana nyamba elastic dunna kuntuta. Atata murota yake dimba kona ya page. Woto doctor lal tolti doctor be mansakunda mento mansakunda lal kalamuta wolle sal mako ino wolle nyin college keja University of Science and Technology ultra modern Gambia college o mansakunda president baro mansakunda la kejang faraba banta campus kasilo ke duma ka ke santo president baroleng bar men kumayata al tollen toltin tollal toltin tolle mononi nyankatango minke bayata wo dol ka serelak le ming wol mal la bata long wol ma nyamba elastic long ima nyankatango long buntalo na me bung al ni mantra kukiling Dr. Malla Brotherleti, President Baroya ke Minister ala Mansakunda, ala Patio CA, they are in alliance with the winning team. That's the CR7 team. Bal Danila Aliye Karango Mutakali football Mutanyameng because more better no professionality. But in a Menja Jam B, we believe the next young Kuba Binte is going to come from Brikama here. We will continue to support you. Allah next international match al Bakela Stadium Janne Bakau President Baroba attend be free tickets di la al be na international telling Dr. B ma bosol fandi Brikama ngata football jibe. Inshallah, that's a promise. Bari al karamo muta al respect sota Allah coach soli Allah al faliye al ye Cairo sabatin di banko kanjang ni aje football be kela. Cairo le be kerina na ko papa ki ankol be beja wolle folo be bodilan to nya kompania. Woto nga Cairo muta nga luwa bunya albambu Dr. Ceesay Koma, albambu Governor Koma Usman Bojang, albambu Chief Koma, panana Chief Bejel de Mondo, albambu Governor Koma. Ale yin funding ke menke Musa Jame Falcon, ay footballo play Janne, ay play Lamine, ay play Sarabaye. So Momo Bejang, yal feel le allié feel, ntol lebe kukiling, ntol leng di happiness group ti, wodol katara kamfarine. Election okana. Many 18 years soto, grey box, President Barrow. The happiest president in the whole world. Anyada kamala malala fire. Ni manke la bango tide. Doctor bina tournament do sambalanang. After be do sambalanang. Bal nimbaro we fintil bulo ko fire. Allah baraka. Thank you. Okay, Lamin number 1 then Brikama number 1.
Okay, me mo be content na. Me content do follow la na player solma. Me content do follow la player solma ni la coaches. Alun dia mulali abe bande biriyaf. Bari kudanta ne nyabo jambi lafta min fola. Ngalo atol di non tol nal ma nyolo. Ndefana wada Brikama janni. Adunga ku jamalom box bala koto janni. Bari bi mi sewo jam bake wala nganna football nga koto kiel ministre mi anko ka football ko nyato jam man traité filo la size man traité amam bete yaten ka football ko jang ko dunia be recognize bi ka wol soto jambe la nga wor recognize bake min mu salana la multi alaji Ceesay be jang min mu koto kiel mi alon ko e meta jan so ya kurukuru jam fo nata jang ali mud sabal min jadi amuta jam modu le keta ja youth officer ti Brikama janne West Coast region bi fayna ay futa nyim place oto kanalo janka diam mom kubal bante se min fono don especially funding kele dinni wole albe min na lamuta ye fengo fenje dunia momo be min ke kan fo sports lem fo karannem fo minam fo se discipline soto bari janga discipline min je jang ala ala ante nyafa bakele so mbe bennin timo be kontonna organizing committee minu be nyin organize kaaje ko nyin kerano nyin dinniwol sammano nyamen together science don biri ko dinniwol ena ela medal wolta you see the discipline in them minu fota you cannot tell ko yes nyakuya beje because ni kuya beje but you can tell ko they still did it with discipline in other places itawo jela the winners fananate mammo nyawali yake anyanta kala nyamen that's what professionalism is all about anyanta million na be you play in different teams but tomorrow you might be in the same teams and the reality is we are all in one team. And that one team is West Coast, is Gambia, and that's what we see. Everything we do, we see all of us as one, not to be divided by a team or Fenko. Yes, one competition already, but the reality is we are all one. So I'm very, very grateful to Dr. Ceesay for organizing this, and I'm going to thank him very, very much. Dr. Nala Mulu, the idea I knew sort of Purukana Kanyinke, and Dr. Yafole, and Kununko Brimbe Searing with His Excellency the President, Dr. Yafai Nokabe Tarla Jambi, Waleatina Konga Company Nanjang, and Ning Alakan Semimfali, especially the sports organizing teams here. And also congratulate my cousin who finally became the president of the sports association of this place. I think we'll work together and new support. Ngaje kuna football yotanyato. Barimbe mobe konto nambal tenplambal jaila. And I tell to the winners, congratulations to you, and to the runner-up, I tell you next time, inshallah, hopefully we'll win. Thank you so much.
All right. Minister, we have 1 minute, one more minute. Come. Alex.
Let me start. Go.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum and greetings to each and every one of you. It's a pleasure to be here today. The reason why we are here is to come and witness this occasion, and we are here to support the Honorable Dr. Ismaila Ceesay, as he is the campaign leader towards our DISCAF championship. As you are seeing players behind me and other members, they are all from the team called Berawuleng, as we are in a campaign towards DISCAF women's qualifiers that is going to happen in the Gambia from on the 25th to on the 9th of September. So for that being the case, I'm here with some of them, and also the executive members are here. I can also call our treasurer to come and say something. My name is Mr. Fakeba Sen. I'm the head coach of the team.
All right, can we come together now? For the final show, where's the trophy? Where's Governor?
Governor.
They stole the trophy. Please, can we give him a little bit of space? Let's just give him a little bit. Where is the captain? And his players? Where is the trophy? Go behind the governor.
We push. Let's go.
Let's move back. Let's press back a bit.
Come on. The captain should be closer to give him the call. Give him the call. Can I hear some noise, everybody? Louder. Doctor. All right, on behalf of the 8 teams that participated in the Hall of West Coast, we are saying Abarakabake, we are saying Jerejeff, and we hope that this will continue. It's going to be every summer. Every summer, we expect every summer for this kind of a thing to be happening. Are you with me? I said we are expecting such kind of tournament to happen every summer. That will go a long way for the kids, because most of the time during the school holiday, if there's nothing to engage the kids, automatically they have to involve into 1 or 2 things. So we will expect and we will love that this tournament continue. Let it be. This is the 1st edition, and we don't want it to stop from 1st edition. We want it to be a continual process. Yeah. So all said and done, we are saying Abaraka and good luck.
Thank you, Asper.
All right, guys. Bravo. Enjoy yourself. Yeah.
Are you all set?
Yeah. Doctor, congratulations for, we know this is not the first time. You've been involved in football for the longest of times. But, you've witnessed a beautiful game from these kids. But overall, as sponsor, what is your impression after the end of the tournament?
Well, thank you very much. Like you said, we've been engaged in football for a very long time. What we saw today is talent. And I think as a country, as a government, that is what President Barrow wants to do and has asked us to do, is to support and develop the talents of young people. That is the only way you can help young people. Many young people love sports, they love football, and they're also talented in football. But the only thing you can do to support them is to refine that talent, is to organize events like this. where we can expose their talents. What we saw today also, football has won, West Coast has won, Brikama has won, there is no loser. If you bring young people during the summer break, these are under 15 kids, huh? Before they engage in some idle stuff outside, they were engaging in football the whole summer, and today is the finals. And what they demonstrated in the finals is discipline. I haven't seen any issue whatsoever, either whether they're angry with the referee or with themselves. They played with discipline, with maturity, and with sportsmanship, which really tells well. It shows our football is developing, it shows our kids are maturing, and it shows that they are talented and hungry for success. So really, we are really happy, and like Ben said, it's not the first time we are going to do this. We'll make sure every summer we organize this kind of tournament for kids so they can engage themselves in sports. We also encourage them to go to school as well, because if you are talented in football, you don't have the right education as well, it can be a disadvantage. So therefore, even though they go to school during the school period, in the summer, during the break, we organize tournaments like this for them, so they can come and play and engage and expose their skills, but also get together as young people.
As you said, today we are in Brikama, and you have organized this tournament in Brikama, and you said you have plans to do it annually. Do you also have plans to extend it to other parts of the country?
Well, there's charity begins at home. We've also organized tournaments in other parts of the country as well. I think so. We did one in North Bank as well. We did one in CRR. But this is home. This is this football field. I used to play here myself. Then there was no fence. Then there was no carpet grass. Then it was mostly very elementary field. And now we've seen development. This development. You come here today, you think that you're in a modern European football facility. I think that's development. But like I said, the president has tasked us to engage the young people and support them. And that is what we are doing. Whatever we can do to support young people, we are going to do it.
And I mean, how encouraging about Gambian football? I mean, we've been making tremendous in terms of exporting players. With what you've seen here in terms of talent, the future of Gambia.
What I saw here is raw material. Even if you have gold or diamond or oil in your country as a resource, if you don't refine it and sell it, it will be worthless. What I saw here is raw material. They need to be refined now. That is where now all stakeholders come in, the academies, the GFF, the government, to build modern facilities, to invest in football, to encourage the young people. That is how you now develop those skills. So you transform this material we've seen here to strategic skills that can bring resources for the Gambia. If we have, imagine we export 100 professional players across leagues in Europe. That will bring enough money to add to our GDP. So it's an investment. This is resource. When people say Gambia doesn't have resources, I don't believe in that. Young people with talent in sports, in music, in creative arts, in the creative industries, it is talent. But what do you do with talent? It's a raw material. You need to invest in it and work hard to refine it so it becomes useful. These young people I've seen here today, I am hopeful that investments in the right facilities, right coaches, right education, I think they can go on to really contribute to our GDP by becoming professional footballers. So instead of exporting irregular migrants to Europe, we're exporting talent across different fields to Europe.
And I mean, we've seen this government in terms of infrastructure, we've seen roads, schools, hospitals, but in sports, even though, we've seen Boyo fail, but how committed is the government?
It's not only in Boyo field. I think in Buyam, if I'm not mistaken, in Mansa Konko, in Basse. You see, the government has a policy, a very clear policy. One is to develop human capital, and that includes sports. That is why we are building all these universities, we are building all these TVET centers, and so on, investing a lot on young people on TVET education, or also sports education. Two is to build critical infrastructure. Education infrastructure, sports, health, roads, you name it. So when these two merge, that is the basis for any kind of development. That is a conscious strategy by this government. Now, what we are doing now is to invest in sports infrastructure. Banjul is almost complete. KG5 is almost complete. Everything is set. Mboyo Field, now OJ Jalo Field is complete. We are looking at something in Lamena as well, to have a sports infrastructure. That the land is already allocated already. We are doing mini stadiums across the country. Recently, we are trying to do a feasibility study to do in North Bank as well, Basse, so that each region has a standard modern football facility. Not only football, also multi-purpose. The one in Boyofield. In Boyofield, you play volleyball there, you can play basketball, you can play football. This is what we want to do. And believe me, we're also talking. I don't want to say too much, but even Brikama here, we have plans to build a modern football facility in Brikama here. Land is the problem. But once we have good land, enough land, because we want to expand, so we are looking at two things, to expand here. But here it's difficult to expand. It's already tight. If you do investment here, you cannot, because you need space. But if you get the right land in Brikama, we'll build a modern football facility for the people of Brikama. But we all know that if you build it in Brikama, all satellite villages around Brikama, in the Combo East, in Combo South, in Lamen, they all benefit from this facility.
Honorable, your final message to the youth?
Is to promote peace and to be disciplined. You see, discipline is everything. No matter how talented you are in football or in any other sports or in music, if you are not disciplined, your talent is worthless. You have a very short career. So it's for them to be disciplined, stay focused, be dedicated, respect elders, respect authority, respect the law, and train hard and work hard. And for me, once you do that as a young person with talent, nothing can stop you from being successful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.